Today on an all-new Dr. Phil. Her first time on the show, she claimed to be pregnant.
You believe this baby's the Son of God?
Yes.
Now,
Everybody wants to know what happened to baby Jesus.
Haley is back.
Before you went to their treatment, Haley Ann, you were not diagnosed.
Yes, I was. It's on the freaking other show.
She started a treatment program.
Other than being helped, I don't see how it helped me at all.
Other than being helped, you don't see how it helped.
What does she believe now?
You still think Eminem is your father. You also told them that I was your uncle.
I thought you were.
Would that make me Eminem's brother?
No, his dad.
Well, I have a son that's a musician, but it ain't Slim Shady. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Well, we receive thousands and thousands of letters every year asking for updates on past stories. Now, this season, one of our most asked about guests was Haley. You might remember her. She was 100% sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that she was 9 days away from giving birth to none other than Jesus, the Son of God. Now, not only did Haley believe she was pregnant with Jesus, she also believed that superstar rapper Eminem was her biological father and that she had been a contestant on American Idol. Now, according to Haley's mother, Christy, none of that was true. Now, Haley's sister, Adriana, said she couldn't figure out if Haley was putting on an act for attention or if she was genuinely delusional.
There is no what if. I am pregnant. And it is Jesus. I'm 9 months pregnant. My family, my friends, my pastors at church, they don't believe that I'm pregnant. I'm not stupid. I'm not crazy. I'm tired of playing these games, and it's about to be over with. And that's all you can say. You're not pregnant. You're not pregnant. You're just jealous. I am now days away from giving birth.
She's not pregnant and never has been. I gave her 2 home pregnancy tests and they came up negative, and then I took her to the clinic and they even did a pelvic exam and it was all negative. And then I took her to the health department and they gave her a pregnancy test and it came up negative.
I know my pregnancy is real. I've gained at least 22 pounds. I was sleeping one night and my baby punched the bottom of my stomach and kicked me up. And I can feel his head right here. It's like right below my belly button.
We've talked about the pregnancy. You say it's a boy. You say you're eating for 2. You say the baby likes you drinking chocolate milk. She's told you she's eating for 2.
Yes.
You say he loved the Mexican food you ate the other day.
Yeah.
How do you know that he loved it?
It was the cheese and stuff because like I don't eat very much in the first place. So that's when I knew I was pregnant. I started eating a bunch.
Haley, do you feel tension in your family right now?
We still argue a bunch. Like even the other night when we were at the hotel, we got into an argument.
Quit yelling
Get him mom's face.
Get out of my face with your phone.
Get out of mom's face.
Get out of my face. Get out of the face. And
Stop!
get out of that bed. Touch me again.
You just jumped up on me. I'm pregnant. What do you expect?
I'm a paranoid schizophrenic at that.
We've examined the records and that diagnosis was not written down.
She diagnosed herself.
Your mother and sister think you lie. Have you told some things that aren't true?
My daughter is a compulsive liar and delusional. She lives in like her own little fantasy world. My sister Haley is crazy.
You said, I donated a kidney to my brother.
That's a lie.
Have you told people you were on American Idol?
I had this guy come up to me and he was like, "You were on American Idol, weren't you?" And he showed me this video and it looked just like me. And I was like, I probably was.
Did you tell people that Eminem is your father?
Yes, I did actually. Oh my gosh, there he is, yeah.
Do you really believe
Oh, I do, yes I do.
you believe he's your father?
Yeah.
Okay, now her sister had questions as to whether or not she was a compulsive liar or whether she was delusional. And, you know, we started out to determine whether this was all attention-getting behavior or, in fact, she was mentally ill. everybody we have on this show is a teaching tool. It's not for entertainment, it's for education, because you may be living with something like this, and you want to be able to recognize if someone has lost touch with reality. So we dove into this, and with the idea that Eminem as her father and American Idol appearance, there was a lot to sort through. Most importantly was this concept of her pregnancy. Because even after 6 negative pregnancy tests, Haley still refused to believe that she wasn't pregnant. She asked us to provide an ultrasound on the show in front of the world so she could verify that she in fact was pregnant with baby Jesus. Now, we granted her request and we brought in our very own Dr. Travis Stork from the Emmy-winning show The Doctors, and he revealed the ultrasound results to Haley right here on our stage. I don't think any of us, including Dr. Stork, were prepared for Haley's reaction to the news about her pregnancy.
There's no more discussion of whether I'm pregnant or not. His name's going to be Jesus. I am pregnant, and I'm not going to deny my child. And that's going to be the end of this conversation until I get my ultrasound on stage in front of the world. This is my first ultrasound.
There's gonna be a little bit of cold gel on you, okay?
Can you see him?
Well, the doctor will give you any results.
Dr. Stork, she says that she is 9 days away from delivery, which is virtually full term.
It's interesting because, Dr. Phil, the most notable thing on this ultrasound isn't what we see, it's what we don't see. The machine is basically showing your abdomen, the area exactly where you would expect to see the pregnancy, and there is no baby. There's absolutely no way Haley's giving birth in 9 days.
How do I say this? I am pregnant. I'm not going to deny my baby. Dr. Stork, you can't lie to Jesus. You can stick me with all the depot shots that you want to, but he is not going to die. And you can stick that little ultrasound.
There's nothing I can say to you other than you are not pregnant.
I know I'm pregnant. I'm not crazy. There will be a delivery.
If you're being reasonable and rational, then you have to be willing to accept that hypothetical. If the 9 days comes and goes and there's no delivery, do hypothetically with me, then what do you say?
I'm not being hypothetical. I'm not being maybe, like I said, that ultrasound is I'm pregnant. I am not going to deny my baby. My baby is Jesus, but yeah, I will be giving birth.
Well, as you can see, even in the face of very clear objective evidence, she holds on strongly to that belief. Well, after the show, Haley went from my stage straight to Creative Care Calabasas, which is one of the preeminent psychiatric treatment facilities in the United States. She went there as our guest. She spent 60 days in this top-level treatment facility, and it's been 4 months since we last saw Haley. Well, today she's back, along with her mom, Christy, and sister, Adriana. Haley completed treatment 2 months ago and is back home. Now, according to Christy, Haley was doing better, but something changed just recently, and now Mom is worried the old Haley is resurfacing. Take a look.
Haley went straight from the Dr. Phil show to Creative Care for treatment, but it took 2 weeks for her to start complying with medication they were giving her.
When I initially went into Creative Care, I didn't take their medications for 2 weeks because I thought I was pregnant. I woke up one night and I ran into the bathroom because I thought I was having contractions. And I looked at my stomach and it went completely flat. And I didn't know what to think. It made me realize I wasn't actually pregnant. And what everyone had been telling me is true. I had a bunch of gas lodged in my stomach and I thought I was pregnant because of it. I didn't give birth, but I felt like I had a miscarriage.
They medicated her and she was being med compliant, and you could tell that the meds were helping her.
My doctors really helped me with my medication when I didn't want to take it. The medication that I've been taking has really helped out. They've been really supportive.
When I was notified that Haley was coming home, I was upset and shocked. I didn't think that she would get out so soon. I made it clear that Haley could not come home, that she needed to call around to some shelters. I ended up having to bring her back home, and it was very disappointing and upsetting. Haley's been home for almost 2 months now. Her irrational thinking is getting more prominent again. She is returning to her old ways. I feel like it is a ticking time bomb. She has lashed out at her little brother and she's hit the dog. I'm very grateful for Dr. Phil helping Haley and taking time out to listen to Haley's story.
I wasn't pregnant with Jesus, but I still felt like I lost a child. I have to keep telling myself that baby Jesus is alive and not dead. It still talks to me and makes me feel depressed. I felt like I lost something and I thought he was my miracle baby.
The problem with Haley's beliefs, as outrageous as they seem, is that they're very real to her. And you can imagine if you believe these things that aren't true, how upsetting and disturbing it could be for you. And someone that suffers from mental illness that has this kind of delusion can have their life completely derailed. And that's what we're trying to get under control for Haley here, so she can have some semblance of a normal life, some semblance of joy and freedom from these delusions and the pressure that comes with them. As we just saw, Haley completed treatment and seemed to be doing better. She had accepted that she was never pregnant with baby Jesus, and she was taking her medications regularly. But sadly, that didn't last. Now, just 2 months after being released, she's hearing voices, seeing shadow people, and is convinced she's Eminem's daughter. So, what's going on with Haley now, and whose fault is it that she slipped back into her delusional thinking? We'll talk about that when we come back. You were shown an ultrasound when you were here. I think you told Dr. Stork to shove it.
Yeah, I did.
Everybody wants to know what happened to baby Jesus. And later, you told them that I was your uncle.
I thought you were.
Would that make me Eminem's brother?
No, that'd probably make you his dad.
Well, does that mean that Robin is his mother? Haley was recently on the show claiming she was 9 months pregnant. Everybody wants to know what happened to baby Jesus. We sent her to treatment, but she was not completely compliant with the program, anything but. There were flashes where she really made some progress, and then she would backslide, move forward, backslide. Now, Haley is back here. She's not the mother of the Messiah, but she is still convinced Eminem is her father. Take a look.
Dr. Phil, I'm not going to deny my baby. I'm not being hypothetical about I am going to give birth, and I'm not going to be what if. So, can we just drop the conversation? It's right there, that paper right there. This condition can be due to mental disease like schizophrenia, hallucinations, and delusions. That's paranoid schizophrenia. My final diagnosis is paranoid schizophrenia.
You said my mom was doing meth when she was pregnant with me.
Yeah.
Were you doing meth when you were pregnant?
No, not at all.
Have you said that you have your GED?
Yes. I went to ASU for 2 weeks after I had got out of school, and my paperwork is at my house.
I've had a job and driver's permit since age 14. I give every check to my family.
Yes, that's true.
So you have told people Eminem's your father. Do you think that if Eminem was your father that you would have had some contact with him?
I did try to contact him actually through my Instagram. I was trying to get a DNA test from him.
You maybe saying this because he does have a daughter named Haley?
Yeah. It's my baby picture, like that's me. You can compare the photos of me. That's me when I was little.
Well, but that's not you, that's his daughter, Haley.
Sometimes babies get switched at birth in the hospital.
You're saying that he has two daughters named Haley, this is one and you're the other. That your mother had an intimate relationship with this rapper from Detroit, and that you're the product of that.
Yeah.
Well, Haley, it's good to see you again.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
How are you?
Doing a little worse than I was last time. My schizophrenia has gotten worse.
When you were here last time, you were adamant and certain that you were pregnant?
One night, I had woken up and I went to the bathroom, and then I looked at my stomach. You know, I was feeling around and stuff, and my stomach had went completely flat. So I researched it on Google, and I was like, what's going on? Why did my stomach go flat? Did I have a miscarriage? And I waited a couple of days, but my stomach just kept getting smaller and smaller, and then I started bleeding. And then I was like, oh my God, I just had a miscarriage. But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, nothing came out except blood. So, I mean, I think the baby would have came out.
Mm-hmm. So how do you explain that? I mean, were you not pregnant?
No, I wasn't.
You weren't pregnant? Why do you think you thought you were pregnant?
Because I've never been pregnant before, and my stomach had swelled up to a very large amount, and I've never had it swollen up like that before.
You were shown an ultrasound when you were here, and it was blank, and there was no fetus, there was nothing inside, and you rejected that as objective evidence that you were pregnant. How do you feel about that now?
At the time, I was so against it because I didn't think it was a real ultrasound, but now I'm looking at it and maybe I should have listened a little bit better. But I wasn't about to back down because I really thought I was pregnant.
Sure, yeah. But when you saw it, you thought maybe it wasn't real?
Yeah.
And in fact, I think you told Dr. Stork to shove it.
Yeah, I did.
How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty bad about it because he was just trying to help, but
Yeah,
I really believed that I was pregnant, so I wasn't about to back down from it.
yeah, okay. Next, Haley is still 100% convinced that superstar rapper Eminem is her father, and this time she says she brought proof. She also says she's sure that a very handsome TV host is her uncle or grandfather. We're going to find out who that is and what else Haley believes to be true after the break. You told people at the treatment facility you think Eminem is your father. You also told them that I was your uncle.
I thought you were.
Would that make me Eminem's brother? And later,
I'm the one who went through the program. I did it. Other than being helped, I mean, I don't see how it helped me at all.
other than being helped, you don't see how it helped? When you were at the treatment facility, you persisted in the belief that you think Eminem is your
Dad.
Is your father. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that now today?
I still feel the same way.
And you told people that at the treatment facility that he was your father.
Mm-hmm.
You also told them that I was your uncle.
I thought you were.
Yeah. Do you think I am now?
Maybe.
Yeah. How would it be that we had never met before you came here?
I've had a ton of family come up to me and that I didn't even know. Like, my mom would be like, hey, this is your aunt. And I didn't even know that. And it's happened my entire life.
Mm-hmm. So, if I was your uncle, I would be your dad's brother or your mother's brother?
My dad's brother.
Your dad's brother. Okay. Let's think through this for just a minute here. Does that make common sense to you?
Mm.
I mean, how old are you?
20.
20? Mm-hmm. I've been on television for 20 years. 5 years on Oprah and then 15 years of my own show. Do you think that sometime through the last 20 years somebody might have mentioned, by the way, your dad's brother's Dr. Phil?
There's a lot of things that I think that people say that I'm just crazy for. But That's what I think.
Would that make me Eminem's brother?
Would it?
Well, if he's your father.
No, that'd probably make you his dad.
It'd make his what?
That'd probably make you his dad.
His dad.
Yeah.
Well, I have a son that's a musician, but it ain't Slim Shady. I mean, do you think that if Eminem's father was Dr. Phil, do you think that would have been in the media somewhere over the last 15, 20 years?
Well, people that are famous usually tend to not say, hey, this is my dad, he's famous too.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have kids that they don't even know about.
Is that more likely, or is it more likely that I'm not his dad?
Could be.
No, I'm just saying of the two, there's two possibilities. One is that he's my son and we've just decided not to tell anybody. Or that he's not my son and you're just kind of creating that in your mind. Which is most likely?
You probably are his dad.
It's most likely that I am his dad. Okay. Well, does that mean that Robin is his mother? Is my wife Robin? Would that mean that that's his mother?
Have you been married more than once?
We've been married for 44 years, and
Wow.
yeah. So it would be her. It would be her. You sent us a picture of your proof that he's your dad, right? This is a picture of Eminem, right?
Yeah.
And this is a picture of who?
That's him. They call him Mikey.
Okay, well, they call him Mikey? Do you know Mikey?
Yes.
And who's Mikey?
Family from a while back.
But it's not Eminem.
No.
We actually have a statement from Mikey.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My name is Michael. Christy is my half-sister. I am Haley and Adriana's uncle. I am not Eminem, but I did look like him and was mistaken for him in my 20s.
He looks just like him. There's no way.
Let's take a break. I want to find out why Haley refused to speak to her sister while she was in treatment. Adriana is here, and we're going to add her to the conversation when we come back. We'll be right back.
She posted on Facebook that she realized she wasn't pregnant but had lost baby Jesus. She flat out told my mom and I that she still wants a baby. She's delusional. I don't know how to deal with people in her mental state.
Closed captioning provided by... Well, Adriana says she is the one who wrote the show asking for my help, and she cannot believe the way Haley is treating her after everything that she says she's done for her. Take a look.
Haley posted on social media a lot while in treatment, and it sounded like her same delusional self. She posted on Facebook that she realized she wasn't pregnant but had lost baby Jesus. When she posted that status on Facebook, I was pretty upset. She flat out told my mom and I that she still wants a baby. When she says that she wants to have a baby, it makes me furious because she doesn't have her life together at all. Sometimes Haley says things that don't make sense. Eminem is not her father. She's delusional and lying. I don't know how to deal with people in her mental state. One time while we were watching TV, she just blurted out that she didn't believe in the devil. And then we got into this long debate about Jesus and the devil. You can tell things are kind of twisted in her brain. My mom thinks that Haley needs to be on her own, but I'm not sure if she's ready for that. With her mental illness, I'm not sure if she's safe to be on her own. I'm not sure if she knows how to handle herself in the real world. It's like she has the mind of a 12 or 13-year-old. I want Haley to grow up. She needs to get a grip on reality.
So you two haven't seen each other for a while.
It's been about a month.
About a month? Okay. And how do you feel about your sister at this point?
I'm just fed up. I'm really fed up.
Why is that?
She has a lot of friends that come to her and tell her things like I'm crazy, and you know, that she shouldn't have me as a sister, that she, and then she tells her friends stuff that...
They never tell me I shouldn't have you as a sister.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
That's what they told me.
Oh, I mean...
And she's called me
they didn't tell me
crazy, and she's embarrassed of me because her friends would come up to her and be like, what's your sister talking about, and stuff like that, and I'm done with it. If I'm so embarrassing, I don't want her to be in my life.
Well, if she was embarrassed of you, she wouldn't have written in and come here with you to try to get you help and get you to where you were peaceful and at ease with yourself and happy in your life. Right?
Well, I'm the one who went through the program.
I'm sorry?
I'm the one who went through the program. I did it.
Right.
And other than being helped, I mean, I don't see how it helped me at all.
Other than being helped, you don't see how it helped?
I've defended you
No,
my
I'm
whole
not
life.
talking about that.
But still, you would not be here. You wouldn't have gone through that treatment if I wouldn't have wrote in. You wouldn't
I know,
have
but
done
it didn't
that.
help at all. It was
didn't?
just a waste of time.
It
No,
didn't
it
help?
didn't.
It
didn't.
helped some.
No,
yeah.
it didn't.
It got.
They put me back on the same meds, and they gave me the same diagnosis. It was a waste of 2 months.
You've never had
and
that
money.
diagnosis, though.
Yes, I did.
No, it
Yes,
was.
I did.
No,
Not
it was.
officially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
it
not
is.
official.
Yes, it is.
No, it was not.
You're not a doctor.
And you're not either, Haley.
You're not a doctor.
I don't have to be
went
a
there.
doctor.
I did the program. You need to be quiet.
No, I know you did.
Yeah,
But
I did. I
you
did my time.
Before
and I
you,
know what I was
before you went
diagnosed
to
with.
before you went to their
because I
treatment.
did testing.
Before you went to their treatment, Haley Ann, you were not diagnosed.
Yes, I was. It's on the freaking other show. I have pieces of paper all the time saying what I was diagnosed with.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You haven't even been in my life.
No,
You need
you're
to step
right.
out of it. I don't want you in it.
Oh, I mean, sorry, I'm
Good.
here.
I
I'm
don't
your
care.
blood. I'm here. So,
No, you're embarrassed. And now I'm embarrassed of you.
of what? What have I done? I've done nothing but defend you.
No, you haven't.
Oh,
You've
yes,
done
I
nothing
have.
but talk down.
No, I have
You
not.
called Mom and said you were embarrassed of me
when?
because of everything I was saying on social media and that I needed to be...
I was not.
Yeah, that I needed to be watched.
You need to be monitored. That's
Monitored?
right. Yeah, you do not. You don't need to be on
You're
social
not
media
my
posting.
mom.
I don't have
You're
to
not
be
my
your mom.
You're not my aunt.
I'm
You're
not-
not, my,
okay.
you're not
I'm
anything
your
like that.
sister.
You need to focus on yourself and stay out
I
of
am
my
focused
life.
on myself.
You're not a doctor.
I don't
You're
have
not
to
my
be.
mom.
I don't understand why you
So
keep
you
saying
need to
this.
quit you need to quit acting like you have a role in my life.
I do have a role in your
No,
life.
you don't.
I'm your sister.
Not if I
I've-
don't want you to.
Yeah,
and
I'm
I
here.
don't.
I'm
I
here.
don't want you to.
I'm sorry. Can't help that. I'm here.
I just don't want them to sit there. Oh, Haley, here's a new rehab. Here's a new rehab. Go get better. Go get better. It doesn't help me do anything. It's a waste of my time.
Closed captioning provided by... When you first left Creative Care in the program, you were very forthcoming about the fact that you felt like it helped you greatly when you were there.
I mean, I got to know new people and stuff like that, but other than that, I don't think it helped at all. I don't want to just, I'm so tired of being stuck in a rehab center and then go to another one and being diagnosed with the same thing. It's a waste of my time and it's not helping me at all. They just put me on new medications or they stick me in another rehab center or something like that, and it's a complete waste of my time, and I just feel like they're not taking me seriously. They're just throwing me wherever they can.
Do you recall saying after treatment that you felt like it really helped you a lot? You remember saying that? You remember saying that realizing that you weren't pregnant was a huge burden off of you? You remember saying that? Do you remember saying that you felt like it was the best thing you had ever done?
No.
Don't remember saying that?
That was probably something the producer told me to say.
Producer? Well, the producer wasn't at Creative Care.
But no, I don't remember saying that.
Yeah. Well, you weren't saying that to the producers. You were saying that to the people there at Creative Care.
Is that who? I was saying that to who?
To your therapist at Creative Care.
No, it wasn't. I don't remember saying that. What help am I getting? What are they possibly doing behind the desk that's going to help better my life? I just don't want them to sit there, oh, Haley, here's a new medication, here's a new medication, here's a new rehab, here's a new rehab. Go get better, go get better. It doesn't help me do anything. It's just spin around with my medications and welcome to a new rehab.
Okay, you want people to take seriously that you have what?
Schizophrenia.
Okay. So you want...
I'm trying to get the help. I'm trying to do what I can to better myself, but nobody takes me seriously.
Well, I'm taking you seriously. You're here, right? And you feel like that you have a mental illness that is schizophrenia, and you want it taken seriously. And taking it seriously, if someone took it seriously, that would mean what? What would someone that took it seriously do?
Well, it'll help me get my therapist back, and I can start doing therapy, and I can finally get my sleep schedule back. Probably because all the medications that I take right now, they make me really, really tired. And, well, if I work, I can't work because I've gotten fired from every job I've had because of my disability. And the pills that I take now do nothing but make me tired. And it makes me want to sleep all day. But I can't do that.
When you were here last, you were adamant that you were pregnant, and you would hear nothing. You wouldn't look at an ultrasound. You would believe nothing. You were absolutely pregnant, and people could just go jump in the lake if they did not agree with you. After you were in treatment for a few weeks, you realized that that was just a delusion, that you weren't really pregnant. So it sounds like that it did help you in sorting out fantasy from reality.
It didn't help me. It depressed me more because...
But being pregnant was a fantasy, and you were able to see that after you had been in treatment for a while.
Well, nothing happened.
Right, so you weren't pregnant.
No.
So you were able to see that. And they also indicated that while you were there that you began to interact with people in a positive way, that you were able to be less aggressive and more positive in your interactions with people, more polite with people, more caring towards other people, that you began to behave in a more socially appropriate fashion, that you did get regulated on some medications that seemed to help you.
I just don't feel like I'm being helped.
Well, but at the time, you felt like you were being helped.
Not really. I was going through a big loss, and I'm still going through it.
What was the loss?
I thought I had lost a kid. I thought I had lost my baby.
Yeah, so you were grieving the loss.
I'm still grieving.
But at the time, you realized that wasn't real, and you began to have less dramatic mood fluctuations. You began to be more stable in your thoughts, behavior.
That's not how I feel.
It's not how you feel now, but it's how you felt then. Well, let's take a break. We're going to find out why Christy's afraid that her daughter Haley is a ticking time bomb. We'll talk about that after the break.
I want to know why Haley hates me so much. Whenever I try to have a conversation with her, she just gets an attitude.
One of my biggest temptations is wanting to whack you across the head. Adriana thinks I'm an embarrassment. She pushes my buttons.
She's always been the mean older sister.
Haley is dependent on me in every way. She is attached to my hip. She'll sit next to me on the couch if we're in the same room. She is like my shadow. I can't go anywhere without Haley. I feel like I'm suffocating, yes. I want Haley to be on her own and be independent and have her own place and have her own space and be able to take care of herself and not have to depend on me for everything.
Well, Haley says Adriana doesn't exist to her and she's to blame for all of her problems. Her sister says no, Haley hates her and she just doesn't know why. She says Haley calls her names and shoots her dark stares anytime she's around their mom.
My sister and I do not have a relationship. I don't want Adriana in my life, period.
We cannot stop her from...
I want to know why Haley hates me so much. Whenever I try to have a conversation with her, she just gets an attitude.
One of my biggest temptations is wanting to whack you across the head. Adriana thinks I'm an embarrassment. Adriana tells everyone that I am a crazy person and a habitual liar. She pushes my buttons.
Last time we were on the show, she just kept saying all these lies, and I had to correct her.
You are not a lie detector test, and you need to shut it.
One time Haley called me the devil.
You're welcome.
Antichrist.
What do you think you're doing?
You're the Antichrist.
She says she hates me, and she never really tells me why. She's always been the mean older sister. I think she resents me because I didn't drop out of high school and I'm going to college.
Adriana doesn't exist to me anymore. I just can't stand to look at her.
You say all of your problems are due to her. Why do you say that?
Because she has a huge effect on my social media life. I have problems, obviously, and I'm trying to work through them. But every time my mom gets a phone call, it's something about me on social media. And she says she's embarrassed of me. If it was her going crazy, I wouldn't have sat there and did that. And
I've done nothing but defend you on social media.
you said you were embarrassed of me.
I've never on
you
social
did.
media
You said
ever
that you
said
were
that.
embarrassed of me and that I needed to be monitored.
You need to be monitored.
I don't need to be monitored. No, I don't.
Do you see the things
I
you post?
do nothing but get monitored from you and Mom.
You need that.
Let's take a break. I want to find out why Haley says she pulled a knife on the neighbors and was ready to stab them when they came to the front door. Closed captioning provided by... We've run out of time for today. Tomorrow we're going to delve deeper into what's really going on with Haley, and I'm going to finally get to the bottom of who's really to blame for the changes we're seeing now. We're going to talk to Haley's treatment team at Creative Care. They have spent 4 months with Haley, and you won't believe who they say is the real problem in this family. Also, you don't want to miss Haley's reaction when I tell her my plan to get her back on track. You thought she gave Dr. Travis an earful when he told her the truth about her ultrasound and not being pregnant? That was nothing compared to how she reacts when her mother, Christy, gives her some news she wasn't expecting. You don't want to miss that. I want to thank all of my guests today. We'll see you tomorrow. So long.